Hi guys, it's Elaine here, the Animal Reiki Lady. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you happen to be in the world. Thanks for joining me. We are about to do our next Animal Channel session. So thank you guys. I have to say, I put the call out for anybody who would like to have a reading for an animal who has crossed to the other side. And oh my gosh, I got so many folks who responded. It's awesome. It's absolutely amazing. So thank you so much for helping me spread this message and for joining along as we play with our animals who have crossed to the other side. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is tell you a little bit about how the process works and why I'm doing this the way that I'm doing it. So real quick, for those of you who don't know, my name is Elaine. I'm an animal Reiki master, and I help people create deeper, more personal, spiritual connections with the animals in their life, including animals who have crossed to the other side. So this has really evolved into helping people prepare for and cope with the loss of a pet and how their energy never really leaves us. And this has come about because through Reiki, Reiki is really just a system of stress reduction. It's about stress reduction, relaxation, rebalancing our energetic bodies and helping our animals' energetic bodies rebalance. And when I do that, I have practiced meditation now for 3 years, 4 years. It'll be 4 years. Every single day for 4 years, I meditate at least once. And what that has done is open up a whole new world for me. And when I meditate with animals, in addition to the rebalancing, it has created this connection. That's the only way that I can explain it. It has created a connection. And the animals who I work with here on planet Earth, the animals that I work with are a little bit easier to connect with. So when they cross, and I do, so I assist people and their animals when it comes time for transition. And when those animals cross, it seems to be easier since I already have a relationship with them. Easier for me to make that connection. So there's animals I know, and then there's animals who are new to me. And it's not like, if you guys are familiar with like the Long Island medium, so it doesn't quite work like that for me. I don't walk into a room and go, oh, there's Aunt Ethel standing over there, and she says you're wearing the brooch that she gave you for Christmas. It's not quite like that because animals don't connect in that way. Animals are all about feeling and sending visuals and blocks of information. And it's how to interpret that information and share it with you. And a lot of times it's like from the movie Ghost, in that scene where Whoopi Goldberg has all these ghosts hanging out around her, and there are so many of them trying to make the connection. I often feel that with the animals. It's like they are clamoring for our attention, and when they recognize that somebody sees them and hears them, they don't just line up, they all show up, like the three cats who showed up the other day. And so I try to focus, and I have not gotten quite to the point yet where I'm ready for you guys to so I don't open this up for comments, like live comments as it's going on. I'm not quite there yet, but I know that I'll get there, and that is why I am going to love doing all of these readings for your animals. Okay, so the animal that we're going to share with today is Orgone, and I hope that I'm saying that name right, Orgone. And I get this little sense of snickering, so I'm not pronouncing it right. So if I'm not, forgive me, but Orgone knows who he is, an orange tabby. And I will make sure that I will tag and connect with Orgone's humans so that they know that this is happening. All right, so what I did was I do something called the bridge meditation when I am connecting with an animal that I've never met before. So it's a different story when I'm familiar with the animal, but to have a complete stranger, think about this yourself, to have a complete stranger try to connect with you on a spiritual level, that sometimes they're not certain, they're not sure, they're like, what? But when I use this thing called the bridge meditation, I take 3 nice deep breaths to help quiet my mind, and I mentally set aside any of my own baggage that I'm carrying. Any stressors that are going on in my life, I literally imagine it in a bag, and I set that bag aside. So I take 3 nice deep breaths, and then I breathe in. Reiki is just all about, and Reiki and animal communication are 2 different things, but Reiki is where I've learned to open my heart and quiet my mind. And so I feel as if I breathe in the energy of the universe. I breathe in a beautiful, beautiful feeling of peace and compassion and love and calm. And I pull that into my heart. And in my mind's eye, I imagine that I allow a bridge to spring from my heart. And I just imagine that the bridge crosses, in my mind, it's my own beautiful little stone bridge, and it crosses this little babbling creek, and there's some trees around. And I imagine that I'm standing on one side of the bridge with my heart wide open, and whatever animal I'd like to connect with is on the other side of the bridge, waiting for that heart connection. And sometimes the animal comes to me, and sometimes I go across the bridge to the animal. And anybody can do this. You can create these kinds of connections if you like to, especially if there's one animal that you have in mind. So I visualized Orgone, and I just let him know who I was and that his humans had asked me to connect with him. They'd like to get some information from him, or is there anything that he would like to share with them? And he actually came trotting across the bridge. I could see him clear as a bell, just come walking across the bridge, and I could see other animals on the other side of the bridge. But for now, he came into my heart space, and I did jot some notes. So I did this meditation off camera, and I'm just going to share with you. And then this is what I do. You can't look. I scrawl everything as soon as it comes to me. As soon as it comes to me, I trust the information that I am receiving, and I can only believe that it is the information that you want to hear. So I'm just going to read it as it occurred and as I wrote it down. And then Orgone's mom and dad can let me know if any of this makes any sense. If it doesn't make sense, I'd like to know too, but I'm just going to tell you right away. He crosses the bridge, I start to sneeze. I don't have any animal allergies that I'm aware of, but I immediately started to sneeze. So I'm really curious if mom or dad had a cat allergy, or if Orgone was suffering from some kind of allergy that was making him sneeze. That's just coming to me now. But immediately I started to sneeze. And then Orgone did a most unusual thing that doesn't always happen with animals that are brand new to me, that I'm just meeting. But he jumps into my arms. So this is visually in my mind. He jumps into my arms and wants to be held like a baby. He wanted a true heart-to-heart connection. He wanted his heart as close to my heart as possible. And I asked him to show me something specific that I could share with his mom and dad, that they would know that it was him. And this is where I feel vulnerable, because I have no way of knowing if any of this holds meaning. So what immediately I got was a dangling crystal, that he loved to look at this dangling crystal, and I couldn't quite tell where it was hanging from a window, in front of a window. But it was one of those like dangly crystals that if it were to spin, causes little rainbows. And then I got a sense that his tail was crooked. So I don't know if there's something going on with Orgone's tail, but I had a sense of a crooked tail, as in my mind I'm petting him, and something about his stomach. So this is the one thing that animals routinely give me. I don't often get any kind of physical symptoms of anything unless there's tummy upset. And I got this sense of something in my throat. It was a very strong feeling in my throat, as well as something about my tummy. So I don't know what that is, but that was another thing, just a physical thing that I felt. And then he gave me a picture of chicken nuggets. It was a plate of chicken nuggets. So did he try to steal chicken nuggets at some point? Was chicken nuggets his favorite food? But I had this, there was this thing about chicken nuggets. Was he your assistant? Did you call him your assistant? Would he sit on your lap or something while you were trying to work and try to get in your way? The other thing was Miss Fishy. That just popped into my mind out of nowhere. What is Miss Fishy? Not even sure what that means. And I also asked him to share something that he would want all of us to know. And this was actually, it was even more for mom and dad, this gets a little woo-woo, so bear with me as we go down the rabbit hole a little bit. But this is exactly what he shared with me, that he is capable of being in two places at one time, and that he's already back. That one of the reasons he left earlier, he left sooner than most animals leave. His life was shorter than other cats. There are some cats that live to be 20, 21, 23. He was not one of those cats, because he has a specific job to do. He is called to do something for different people He's already back. So the second that he left, he immediately came back and he is helping somebody else. Now, messages like this are sometimes hard for me to deliver because they're not always what a person wants to hear. They want to hear that their cat is coming back to them or that their cat keeps constant watch over them. Although I get the sense that Orgone is. He's already back. He came back right away. And he can be, I'm sorry, I'm just kind of reading my notes. He feels like he is magical because he can be in two places at one time. He can be spiritually present, energetically present for the other human, not just mom and dad from this. He has been here before. He's been here many times. And he can be present for all of them in his energetic form at the same time that he can be present for them physically in his body for his new family. So that's what I got from Orgone, that he's already back. He tried to give me some specifics. I hope those make some sense for you. He's already back here. He's helping another family. You were one of many families that he had. He loves you all dearly. I get such a sense of profound love from him. Not just profound love, but love that extends across all of these people. Like he is creating his own family of humans and he's with all of you all the time. Okay, so that is, and then and now I even still feel, and this happens often after I finish my own meditation and I thank them for joining me and I thank them for giving me all the insights, they continue talking. So I still get some of that even now. But I sense that I've delivered the message that was supposed to be delivered. So I would love to hear from you, and I will make sure that I tag Orgone's mom and dad so that you can verify or justify or even share if it means anything. I would appreciate that feedback as I continue to grow this. I plan on doing this every single day for as long as somebody asks. And maybe then even longer because I have other animals and I haven't shared the story of my Jack yet. It's still way too tender for me to share with what I get from my Jack, but I will be doing that as well. In the meantime, guys, you know what to do. If you like this video, press the like button down there, press the subscribe button over there, press the little bell, give us a little thumbs up, just to help this channel grow and to help this message get out there. I love you guys so much. May the animals light your way. Take care.